Here we go on this Tuesday night. Right now on your news at 6. All new this half hour after a 62-acre fire broke out near Sunridge Middle School in Pendleton. We're going to tell you what we're learning about who is now facing criminal charges. Plus, the Fort Walla Walla Museum is celebrating 150 years of the Baker's Railroad. We'll tell you what will be unveiled at the event. Then, a new business opening their doors in Richland, and it's marking their first location in the Tri-Cities. And let's go outside, a live picture from our Skycam network. You notice the sunset, it's getting earlier now. Meteorologist Hayden Nix in for Stacy tonight. He is tracking potential record-breaking heat. All those stories and more right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
And a very good evening. Thank you for joining us on this September the 2nd. I am Austin Reed. Wendy Redman is on assignment tonight. First at 6 and new tonight, Sunnyside City Manager Mike Gonzalez holding a press conference earlier this afternoon at 4 o'clock, asking the council and the people to allow him to get back to work. This is video of our Monique Garcia speaking live during our 5 p.m. newscast with 2 council members who spoke up in support of him. That's Councilmember Vicky Frosto and Councilmember Julia Hart. They have supported him from the very beginning. Gonzalez has been on paid administrative non-disciplinary leave since the beginning of June. During today's press briefing, Gonzalez issued a statement which read in part, "I am not here to fight for power or titles or recognition. I am here today to ask for my job back." He went on to say, "The job of serving the people of Sunnyside, that is all I want, to continue to work for the community I love," end quote. Happening right now, a workshop meeting is taking place inside City Hall. It began at 6 p.m. and public comment will be heard. Monique Garcia is in that meeting. She will have a full report tomorrow on Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest. By the way, the city says they will have a final decision on the fate of Gonzalez by September the 9th. Other news tonight, a piece of living history is taking flight in Walla Walla this week. 2 World War II bombers are on display and in the air at the regional airport, giving visitors a chance to step back in time. New at 6, Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen takes us to the skies with wings over Walla Walla.
This is the type of aircraft the Walla Walla Airport is used to seeing. But this week, skies over Walla Walla are filled with history, thanks to 2 rare World War II aircraft, the B-25 Mitchell and the B-17 Flying Fortress. Both are in town for Wings Over Walla Walla.
While most of these planes are typically found in museums, here at the Walla Walla Regional Airport, visitors can experience these planes, hearing the engines roar and see them fly in the sky.
Our mission here at the Commemorative Air Force is to educate, honor, and inspire. That's our 3 key pillars. And so being able to come out to cities here like Walla Walla and go on tour every year and take these 2 historic airplanes across the country is absolutely crucial to letting people essentially see them and not just hear about them.
Sentimental Journey, a B-17G model bomber, also known as the Flying Fortress, was originally used for patrolling for submarines before being converted into a bomber.
To have it do strategic bombing missions, so fly over strategic targets, right, tank factories, railroads, bridges, and destroy them from a high altitude.
The B-25 Mitchell was a tactical bomber designed for low and medium altitude bombing.
In the case of this one here specifically, it's actually one of only 2 combat veteran B-25s in the world that still flies. So the rest of them that are flying usually didn't see combat. This one did. It actually served in Europe. It's one of only 2 remaining B-25s in the world that served in Europe, so it's the only combat vet from Europe. It flew 15 missions in Yugoslavia and the Mediterranean.
The event features raffles, static displays, and family-friendly activities, from a kids' aviation challenge to special storytelling events about women pilots who served during the war.
We're trying to focus as much as possible to get the young excited about history and about the people who made that possible.
And speaking of history and learning things, this reporter learned something new today about the history of the Walla Walla Airport.
It's the first official airport in Washington State in the Northwest. It's also where the first airplane was in the air, and the first 2 airplanes were in the air at the same time.
Walking through the aircraft are the memories and names of these vets, and as long as these planes are around, so will the memories of those who served.
This event isn't just about history. It's about inspiring the next generation, where kids of all ages, like me, can see these historical aircraft up close. Reporting in Walla Walla, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
A nice assignment for Dan. Thank you, sir. Flights and event tickets are available all week with free displays at the airport. If you'd like to take a ride yourself, tickets and raffle entries can be found on the Wings Over Walla Walla website. Events and displays will continue here at the airport through Sunday. Turning now to First Alert weather. Another hot day. Will it continue? Meteorologist Hayden Nix in for Stacy tonight with a first look at your First Alert forecast.
Well, on this hopefully shortened work week for many out there, you may have noticed the haze is continuing to be a problem out in the area, and that is due to the wildcat fires out in Yakima County there. And we're going to continue to watch that very closely. So as we continue on through this evening and over the next couple days, unfortunately, we are going to continue to see the pattern not favorable for mixing some of that smoke out here. And we'll talk more about that in just a minute. But temperature-wise, it is hot out there, and we're talking about close to record temperatures as well. So we're going to keep the evening warm with 80s by 8 o'clock, 70s by 10 p.m. Then overnight tonight, we will try to cool down into the 60s, and some of those higher elevations may be able to encroach on the 50s before we start warming back up to another hot day tomorrow. We're talking triple-digit readings for many locations out there, and some of these will be right at record or a new record out there. We're going to talk more about this new heat wave we're going to be dealing with over the next few days coming up in just a little bit.
Hayden, we'll see us soon. New at 6 in a crime alert. The Pendleton Police Department says a juvenile is facing criminal charges after an investigation connected them to a 62-acre grass fire near Sunridge Middle School. The blaze was reported just before 6 p.m. on August 29th. Pendleton firefighters responded to a field between the school and a nearby KOA campground. Officials say no one was hurt, although some property was damaged. They also say they remained on the scene during the night and assisted with securing the area and directing traffic. In more local news tonight, Fort Walla Walla Museum is rolling out a major celebration next month, marking 150 years since the completion of Dorsey Baker's Rawhide and Rawhide Railroad. On Saturday, October 25th, the museum will offer free admission all day long. The first 1,000 visitors will also receive a voucher for local food trucks on site. The celebration will feature the unveiling of a newly enhanced Blue Mountain locomotive exhibit, giving visitors a closer look at one of the region's most iconic pieces of history.
October 23rd, 1878, Dorsey Baker finished building his railroad connecting the Columbia River to Walla Walla, and that was really the first point-to-point railroad in the Northwest.
Baker's Railroad was the first major railroad that even allowed agriculture to take off. You can help celebrate at the Fort Walla Walla Museum. Admission is free. Organizers say they're expecting a big turnout, so they do encourage visitors to come early, enjoy the food trucks, and take part in a once-in-a-lifetime celebration of railroad history. Hey, new at 6 tonight, a brand new business is coming to the city of Richland. The city confirming to Apple Valley News Now that Five Below is coming to the Vintner Square Shopping Mall. That's over on Queensgate Drive. This will mark the first Five Below in the Tri-Cities. There's already one up in the Union Gap area. The store is known for finds that range between $1 to $5, with some going a bit higher, but allegedly a better deal than its competitor. As of right now, an opening date has yet to be established. We have an education alert for you. Engineering and technology company Amentum is giving Pasco School District $20,000. It's all part of a program to support STEM education. This program helps Pasco schools teach STEM units to kids of all ages, which can include mock crime labs, rocket launches, and engineering projects. The district says a key focus of the program is to introduce younger learners to STEM, with the hope that they could become the next generation of scientists.
They gain confidence, they learn how to solve problems, they learn how to kind of build resilience and work together. Those are all really great skills that are going to benefit them as they move up in the grade levels.
Amentum has funded Pasco STEM education in the past and says it plans to keep the program going in the years to come. The news at 6 o'clock is just getting started. Still ahead, our very own Jake Gable is going to take you to Giesa Stadium live during the final week of games for the Dust Devils. Speaking of baseball, here's a live picture from our Pasco Skycam network, of course, at Dust Devils Stadium. It's going to be a hot one tonight, so make sure you dress appropriately. Hayden Nix in for Stacy tonight. He'll have your full First Alert forecast. How long will this heat stay with us? We'll tell you as we're on your side.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night, tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team.
At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points.
And right now, save up to $700 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. And get a $300 gift. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Imagine a night where the sound takes over and the beat stays with you. The Hallucination takes the stage at Wild Horse Resort and Casino on September 20th. This dynamic duo fuses indigenous music with dubstep, hip-hop, drums, and bass. Get ready for an electrifying live show, open to ages 15 and up. More than a show, it's a ceremony of sounds featured in Coachella, major films, Fortnite, and more. Tickets are on sale now at wildhorseresort.com or on the app.
Prosser Memorial Health has received a 5-star rating from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Prosser Memorial Health is one of just 290 hospitals nationwide to receive their highest rating, and one of only 2 critical access hospitals in the state of Washington. For over 78 years, Prosser Memorial Health has provided high-quality and compassionate care to our communities served. It's our privilege. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Do it all with Steel Battery. Now is the best time to save big on over 40 hardworking Steel tools. Hurry into your local Steel dealer or shop online.
You're winning $1,000 for all your hard work.
Take advantage of the opportunities, the resources that ASQ offers. I can't imagine not volunteering.
To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
I'm Eduardo Morfin. Morfin Law Firm thanks you for 5 years of support. Remember, when choosing an attorney, select a local attorney that supports your local community.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Together, we've raised over $1.1 million to grant life-changing wishes for kids right here in our community. Every vehicle sold brings us closer to the next. Wheels make wishes come true. Find more ways to help at wish.org/AKWA. McCurley Dealerships, your way home.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by As You Wish Real Estate Services. Christine Connolly, Realtor.
Thanks for staying with us on Apple Valley News Now live at 6. I'm Austin Reed. Wendy is on assignment. Hey, fans are filling Giesa Stadium to see the Dust Devils take on the Hillsboro Hops, and that is where we find our very own Jake Gable live, as this week marks the last stretch of games for the team this year. Jake, you're now with the president of the Dust Devils. I know the game begins at 6:30. What's the atmosphere like?
Yeah, it's great. Gates have opened up, and I am here with President Darrell Ebert. And Darrell, I mean, this is the last homestand of the season for the Dust Devils, and I'm curious, what's anything going on that might be special to end out the season?
Yeah, we've got a lot of things planned this week for kind of a full fan appreciation week. Family feast night on Friday, fireworks on Saturday, and post-game after the fireworks on Saturday, our players will be at the front gate saying goodbye to our fans, just thanking everybody ready for a great year. So a lot going on. Tonight, in fact, is $2 Tuesday. So if you want to come out to the game tonight, $2 tickets anywhere in the ballpark. So come on out.
Well, that's a great deal, but also, you know, coming to an end, I'm curious your thoughts on the season and how you feel like it's gone for both the community and on the field as well.
Yeah, I think it's been a great year for the community. We've tried a few new promotions and had a really fun year, successful year in that regard. On the field, we're very much more competitive this year than in years past, so that's been great. We brought the outfield wall in. We've had way more home runs than we did last year. We had 21 home runs, and we're already at 66 here at home this year, so it's been an exciting, fun year for sure.
Yeah, that home run difference is definitely a big one, but yeah. I'm also curious, do you have a key moment or a favorite moment from this year as well?
No doubt. I've been doing this a long time, and this year we had our very first drone show, and it was an unbelievable success. It's one of the greatest things I've ever seen at Giesa Stadium, and we're looking forward and already planning another one for next year.
Oh, that's very exciting to hear, and I was here for the drone show as well, so I completely agree with you. That was something really special, so I'm very glad that you guys were able to do that and that you're bringing it back.
Yeah, definitely. We're excited.
All right, well, thank you so much, Dale. I really appreciate your time. We are very close to first pitch as well, so if you can make your way on over there playing the Hillsboro Hops, and you're gonna want to come over with those cheap tickets as well, just $2. But Austin, I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Jake Gable live. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, new at 6 now, and in other news, you know, Washington State is now in its third year of drought, impacting farmers, communities, and the environment. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert shows us how one irrigation district in Sunnyside is trying a new approach to conserve water.
The Sunnyside Valley Irrigation District, a senior water rights district, has been feeling the effects of drought, just like many others across the Yakima Valley. That's why they've launched a first-of-its-kind conservation program. It allows growers to voluntarily fallow ground inside the district so water can be moved outside its boundaries to where it's needed most.
When we offer a voluntary program to our growers to not use that portion of their water, it benefits the grower financially because they receive funding for the water that they leased, and then it benefits the basin because now we've taken that demand of the water and moved it to another source in the basin that desperately needs it.
Irrigation district officials tell me that this program will not only just help its customers, but also help local fisheries that have been affected by drought.
The district has been working with the Department of Ecology and Trout Unlimited since May. Trout Unlimited is a fish habitat and water conservation group helping improve fisheries in the area.
Took that fallowed water from our crops in the Sunnyside district, and we put that in stream for beneficial use for fish and proratable water supply.
Fellman says that this program is essential for keeping fish in the system.
And what we see in water short years is it's harder to get the fish out of the system when they're out migrating, and it's much harder to get the fish back up the system when they're coming back. And so what we typically do is we allocate water for fish flows specifically. And so when we are able to lease some of the irrigation water over to fishery benefits, it lessens that burden on the fish side.
Still, he says water is limited and balancing it is a challenge.
There's only so much of the bucket, and when we can find ways to move water from one bucket to another and help others in the basin, it's very important.
The Sunnyside Valley Irrigation District is working to support its growers while protecting the environment and tackling drought challenges from both sides. In Sunnyside, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
William, thank you. District officials say if this program didn't exist, the extra water for fish flows would have actually had to come from districts with junior water rights.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Hayden Nix.
Well, of course, we're in this new round of hot weather once more in the area, but I do have some good news. It is not going to be something that prolongs much farther into the time frame here throughout this week. Check out your 7-day temperature trend here. I wanted to start off with this to at least provide some good news here. Yes, we still have a couple more days of triple-digit temperatures, but look what's happening as we head into this weekend. Those temperatures will continue to cool down as we finally see a pattern break here and getting back to near average to slightly below average. But there's more with those temperatures than just the cool down. Of course, we'll get to that in just a moment. We got to talk about the haziness because that's still a problem, and we are going to see that be a problem for the next few days here as we're still watching the wildcat fires out in Yakima County there. Low-level wildfire smoke is going to continue at least mixing in our atmosphere here in the region for the next several days here, just because we don't have a pattern that's going to help mix it out. So as we continue to navigate into Wednesday, this haziness will still be a factor and will just spread and remain pretty stagnant across the area. But as we move into Thursday and Friday, we'll start to see a little bit of some improvements here as we see a bigger pattern change coming our way just off the coastline there in the Pacific Northwest. So there's the haziness we've got going on. Again, a few more days of that, but the weather pattern is going to help bring some more favor in our area to mix that out as we see that big stagnant ridge of high pressure over the desert Southwest begin to move. So what this is going to do for us is by the time we make it into Thursday, we're going to see a frontal boundary coming out of Western Canada diving just due south. This is going to be the beginning point of our pivot in our weather pattern. So we're going from those triple-digit temperatures to well above normal temperatures to readings that are a little bit more comfortable out there as we start to see them leveling back down to near values where we should be for the beginning of September. And all this is going to be coming from a big dip in the jet stream coming in from out in the Pacific here. This system out in the Pacific, by the time we make it to the end of the week, we'll begin lifting on shore. This is going to help encourage some more moisture to move in and increase our rain chances. It's not a lot, but hey, we'll take anything we can get. So for the next couple days here, we are going to keep them at nil, but then we go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We're going to increase those into the 10 to 30% range. And of course, we'll have to monitor the possibility of seeing some of those producing a little bit of lightning out there. Now, tonight's forecast temperatures are going to be back to where they're in the low 60s to mid 60s, kind of the same range that we have been in. Some areas in the higher elevations of the Cascades on the leeward side there, we could see some 50s and of course down along the areas of the Blues. Now for tomorrow, as we talked about, those triple-digit readings will be a concern once more, and we've got that excessive heat warning in effect area-wide just about. But this is why, because look at your forecast temperature for tomorrow versus the daily record for September 3rd. All those numbers in red, they're actually going to have the potential of creating a new record. Hermiston may be just a degree shy of it, and Pendleton, it looks like you might be okay there with that old record in 1930 of 104 degrees. Holding strong with the forecast of 99 for tomorrow, but we'll have to monitor that. Tri-Cities area for the next few days, triple digits, but rain chances coming in, temperatures dropping into the 80s. Yakima is going to be about the same thing there, but maybe seeing some 70s and 60s for there, and Ellensburg by the Tuesday to Wednesday timeframe of next week. Not too bad of a forecast. Yes, a couple showers there still possible for Hermiston next week. We're going to end out this week on a hot note, of course, and the haziness will also mix out as well as we start to see that change in our pattern coming into Thursday and Friday, upper 80s to mid 80s Sunday and Monday for Walla Walla next week.
All right, so if you like cooler weather, it is on the way. Thank you very much, Hayden. Still ahead here live at 6, an elephant in Wisconsin needed a little help today. We'll tell you how she got back on her feet when we come back with Caught on Camera.
Keep summer going with Nissan. Named #1 in new vehicle quality by J.D. Power. Hurry in today. Get 0% APR for 60 months on select popular models.
Lifetime Dental is committed to providing the best dental care in the Tri-Cities by treating patients like family, as well as providing a healthy work-life balance for the team. Hear what their doctors have to say.
I think developing that relationship with a patient is where you get the trust. And then with the trust is when you can really kind of build on these treatment plans and provide the best care for them so that the outcome is most predictable and that they're the most satisfied. I think my passion kind of more stems from the problem-solving aspect of dentistry. So I really like getting complex patients that need a lot of different needs and kind of figuring out a plan that incorporates like good dentistry to kind of solve their problems. I think I just get that emotional recharge from just kind of spending quality time with family. So my 2 girls and then my wife. So we try and get out of the house and get up in the mountains or go to the beach and just kind of do quality things together. And that's kind of where I get my most recharge from, for sure.
Lifetime Dental Care, located at Queensgate, voted best dentist in the Tri-Cities 9 times.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
Hi, I'm Christine Connolly, local realtor with As You Wish Real Estate Team. I offer negotiable commission, 100% free staging, and top-notch marketing. I'm a proud sponsor of Operation Best Friend. Remember, you only get one chance to make a first impression. As you wish.
Kittitas Valley Healthcare is your trusted home for health, offering expert orthopedic care for your family. With over 55 years of combined experience, our team uses state-of-the-art equipment to improve surgical outcomes and provide compassionate, patient-centered care. We're committed to making your experience comfortable and efficient, so you can stay active and healthy. Learn more and schedule a consultation through our website at kvhealthcare.org. Your home for health.
Save $2,000 on Freedom to enjoy life without readers, glasses, or cataracts. Schedule your free consultation this month with K2 Vision RLE, America's most experienced in advanced lens procedures. Save $2,000 on K2 Vision RLE.
Keep summer going with Nissan. Named #1 in new vehicle quality by J.D. Power. Hurry in today. Get 0% APR for 60 months on select popular models.
All right, time to check this out. An elephant at the Milwaukee County Zoo needed some assistance today to get off the ground. Ruth apparently could not get up on her own. A front end loader with hay provided a little push to help the animal out. She had been on the ground for more than an hour. Ruth was born in 1988 and arrived at the zoo in 2006 from Texas. The public was not allowed near the elephant habitat for a while, but by the afternoon, people could return to the area. An aurora borealis was visible across several northern states Monday night. The U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration said the phenomenon was due to a powerful solar system. This is from a live stream video broadcasted from Maine. You can see a faint aurora glowing and then a shooting star. It is captured passing through the night sky. Several geomagnetic storms have already caused notable northern light displays over the past year, including a particularly strong storm last October. Everyone else is signing off, but we're just getting started with the region's only live and local news at 6:30 p.m. Coming up, cross country begins with the Hanford High School Jamboree. New at 6:30, we're going to hear from Coach Sean Mars about the impact of the event.
Vikings, Bears. Monday Night Football is back on Apple Valley News Now.
Right now, U.S. Cellular makes it easy to switch and get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
No trade-in? But we're willing to trade in our teeth.
Nope. You don't have to trade your teeth in or an old phone.
I like that.
Yeah, your parents get an amazing deal.
I almost lost this one.
Yeah, you get to leave your tooth under your pillow.
For me, it's Tooth Fairy time.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
If your bath has seen a lot of life, nobody gives it new life like Bath Fitter. Whatever shape your bath is in, Bath Fitter will transform it with an amazing number of styles and watertight walls that are grout-free and easy to clean. With 40 years of experience, Bath Fitter knows what people want. An affordable remodel that isn't just beautiful, it's guaranteed for life. When it's time to give your bath new life, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
To me, Harlem is home. But home is also your body.
Last one, everyone.
I asked myself, why doesn't Pilates exist in Harlem? So I started my own studio. Getting a brick and mortar in New York is not easy. Chase Inc. has supported us from Studio 1 to Studio 3.
When you start small, you need some big help, and Chase Inc. was that for me.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
At Meredith Furniture, we know how important a good night's sleep is, even if we don't always use the beds for sleeping. Right now, you can save big on top quality mattresses, perfect for families like ours. Because when we do sleep, it should be amazing. Meredith Furniture on South First in Washington, right next to Hobby Lobby.
The best bulls in the world have come to town. For bulls and their riders, those 8 seconds go by in a heartbeat. 8 seconds to become a champion, or nothing. It's bull time, Kennewick. PBR bucks into Toyota Center September 5th and 6th. Get your tickets now at pbr.com/tickets or Ticketmaster.
Welcome back to what should be a thrilling second half.
Vikings, Bears, Monday Night Football is back on Apple Valley News Now.
Next ET, the Only Murders in the Building trio give us a killer preview of Season 5. Plus, our exclusive with Ashley Simpson in Las Vegas. And meet the new cast of The Paper. Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Right now on the region's only live and local news at 6:30 p.m., we will tell you about a group that's helping folks in the Tri-Cities who are living with memory loss and how man's best friend is bringing comfort too. Plus, amidst a new scandal, the CEO of Nestle is stepping down. We'll tell you who is being tapped as the replacement as the news starts now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this Tuesday to September the 2nd. I am Austin Reed. Wendy Redman is on assignment tonight. She'll be back with us tomorrow. In the meantime, we always do weather at the top of our 6:30 half hour. Stacey Lee is off, but meteorologist Hayden Nix is here. Hayden, will we have more potential for increasing temperatures, and could thunderstorms pop up again?
Well, on this hopefully shortened work week for many out there, you may have noticed the haze is continuing to be a problem out in the area, and that is due to the wildcat fires out in Yakima County there. And we're going to continue to watch that very closely. So as we continue on through this evening and over the next couple days, unfortunately, we are going to continue to see the pattern not favorable for mixing some of that smoke out here. And we'll talk more about that in just a minute. But temperature-wise, it is hot out there, and we're talking about close to record temperatures as well. So we're going to keep the evening warm with 80s by 8 o'clock, 70s by 10 p.m. Then overnight tonight, we will try to cool down into the 60s, and some of those higher elevations may be able to encroach on the 50s before we start warming back up to another hot day tomorrow. We're talking triple-digit readings for many locations out there, and some of these will be right at record or a new record out there. We're going to talk more about this new heat wave we're going to be dealing with over the next few days coming up in just a little bit.
We start now with local sports, and all new at 6:30. High school cross country starts up this Friday with the Hanford High School Jamboree. The boys and girls teams of 15 different schools in the Columbia Basin compete at Leslie Groves Park in Richland. Mid-Columbia Conference Championships are also hosted at this same site in October, acting as qualifying for districts and regionals. The Jamboree serves as both the first meet for schools as well as a preview for championships.
Beginning of the cross-country season, a chance to kind of give people a chance to kind of get started. It was just 2 miles because we're still working our way up to a 5K race and all. But like our brand new kids, they're going to have a chance to get used to high school and what's going on with that. And the veterans is like, let's get back into racing before we get to the big invites.
Okay, the start time has been moved back by an hour to 6 p.m. on Friday. That is because of the heat. 3 high school races take place, followed by a community run afterwards. Now to a story making a difference. Man's Best Friend is helping folks in the Tri-Cities who are living with memory loss and bringing comfort to veterans too. Maxwell is a therapy dog who works closely with the local VFW, spending his days visiting veterans and community members in distress. His popularity has led to partnerships with groups like Love on a Leash, where he makes regular visits to care homes for Alzheimer's and dementia patients. He's insured and accredited, so he can frequently stop by retirement and assisted living communities when requested.
People with Alzheimer's, dementia patients, and it's a phenomenal job to see how canine therapy works with these individuals.
You know, studies show canine therapy can help reduce anxiety and even symptoms of depression, and Maxwell's visits are proof of that. New at our 6:30 half hour now, Congress is bracing for a politically bruising fall as lawmakers return to Washington, D.C. today with massive fights upcoming. Ivan Rodriguez has more.
Lawmakers have 4 weeks to pass bills to fund the government and avoid a shutdown. Democrats are signaling they want new checks on President Trump's power and the rollback of the president's signature domestic policy law. But White House officials say they're in no mood to yield to those demands and expect Democrats to help keep the government open.
The president is seeking to go around Congress and undermine our authority. That's bad faith. That's not how you create a budget.
Another partisan battle on the House side includes the Jeffrey Epstein files. Tuesday, the House Oversight Committee is set to meet with Epstein victims.
Taxes, jobs, the economy, those are always the big issues. But you really can't solve any of that if this place is corrupt. We're going to get these files released.
GOP Representative Thomas Massie and his Democratic counterpart, Representative Ro Khanna, are also collecting signatures for a bill that would require the Trump administration to turn over all relevant Epstein case material. Since they're using a tactic to circumvent party leaders known as a discharge petition, all they need is 218 signatures to force that bill to the floor. On the Senate side, Republicans will have to tackle the chaos at the CDC, where Trump fired an official that the Senate confirmed just days before its August recess.
We now have an acting acting head of the CDC who has absolutely no experience with the agency or in public health response. I really worry what the consequences will be if we have a public health crisis in the near future.
In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Now, the annual recess in August was extended a day earlier amid tensions. We have a couple business alerts for you tonight. Kraft Heinz is splitting into 2 companies sometime next year. The packaged foods business made the announcement today. One company will focus on sauces, spreads, and shelf-stable meals. That includes the Heinz, Philadelphia, and Kraft mac and cheese brands. The other company will focus on grocery items for food away from home, such as Oscar Mayer, Kraft Singles, and Lunchables. The split will reverse a massive but largely unsuccessful merger. The new companies have yet to be named. Nestle has dismissed CEO Laurent Frexius over what it calls a romantic relationship with a direct subordinate. The internationally known food and beverage brand made the announcement late yesterday. The company says the move came after the board ordered an investigation into the matter. Nestle's board chair said that his actions breached the company's code of conduct and that the move was necessary. The chair also said the company has tapped Philip Navratil as the new CEO. He has been with Nestle since 2001. Still ahead on your 6:30 news, it is time for this week's Fly the Northwest. Tonight we are taking you to a place that is peaceful with hiking, skiing, and more. And here's a live picture from our Skycam network out in Toppenish. Thanks to our Legends Casino Skycam, meteorologist Hayden Nix is back with your full First Alert forecast as this week is cruising by.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
At Bruce Heating and Air, our technicians are not incentivized by commissions or to find problems. We only look for solutions to keep you cool. Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,650 off on a new Daikin Fit system.
Get ready for adventure with the fun and rugged 2025 Ford Bronco Outer Banks from Price Ford of Yakima Valley. Nob Hill Casino's biggest prize ever. Want to drive it home? Just enter daily at Nob Hill Casino now through Wednesday, October 8th for your chance to win. While you're here, enjoy our 16-lane bowling center, mouth-watering cheeseburgers at the Last Frontier restaurant, cold drinks at the bar, and try your luck with pull tabs and table game action.
We invite you to come visit us at Price Ford of Yakima Valley and Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Do you keep up with the trends or set your own?
Is the color dense enough?
Add more pigment. Launch on social.
We've got to take this global.
All right, so where do we go from here?
You've got to test it, perfect it, expand it. Never rest until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
Before, our service would be in and out. We wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network, and with the most satellites, we're connecting hundreds of thousands in places where cell towers can't reach with T-Satellite.
I signed up for T-Satellite and give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, T-Mobile will pay off 4 phones up to $3,200. Plus, hook you up with 4 new phones on us. Switch today.
Thanks for staying with us. Nestled in Columbia County's Blue Mountains, Jasper Mountain Reserve protects 330 acres of forests and habitats. A place to experience nature's beauty through restored forests, wildlife, and 13 miles of trails year-round.
Welcome to Jasper Mountain Reserve. We are in the heart of the Blue Mountains in Columbia County, which is about 40 minutes east of Walla Walla, with 330 acres. And over the last 2 to 3 years, the vision came to put it under conservation easement. We started to work with the Blue Mountain Land Trust. We want to share it. We want to share it with people who value nature preserves, who value the tranquility up here. And that was a big portion of the drive to open it up to the public. I'm very keen on telling people why we are doing what we are doing, what you can achieve of former forest lands and some of the areas here are not native growth. Some of them are planted. How do you bring them back into a native state? How do you habitat restoration that benefit future generations? And that was basically one of the main drivers to open it up to the public and to bring people that value this up to the reserve. We have a lot of cross-country skiing trails in the winter, and especially hiking trails. The reserve has 13.1 miles in aggregate of hiking trails, exactly the distance of a half marathon. So we have 3 trails. The first one is called the Red Trail. It's on the opposite side of former Jasper Mountain Road, now Payne Hollow Road. It's about 3 miles in length. And the reason Red Trail, because it's on the sun-exposed edges of the canyon with gorgeous vistas, and you walk in fairly flat area and you see the mountains. The Green Trail has its name because it's mostly in forested areas. It is 4 miles and it winds itself to forests and it's very relaxing to hike. The Black Trail, it's a most challenging one. The trails are gorgeous, but you need to climb almost down through the river in the canyon and back up. And it winds itself through the different ridges and different biosystems. Habitat is basically the perimeter trail inside the entire reserve with a length of 5.3 miles. It's just an adventure every time I'm at the reserve, and I see animals and wildlife and plants every time, something that I didn't see yet.
And you can see more Fly the Northwests on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Hayden Nix.
Well, of course, we're in this new round of hot weather once more in the area, but I do have some good news. It is not going to be something that prolongs much farther into the time frame here throughout this week. Check out your 7-day temperature trend here. I wanted to start off with this to at least provide some good news here. Yes, we still have a couple more days of triple-digit temperatures, but look what's happening as we head into this weekend. Those temperatures will continue to cool down as we finally see a pattern break here and getting back to near average to slightly below average. But there's more with those temperatures than just the cool down. Of course, we'll get to that in just a moment. We got to talk about the haziness because that's still a problem, and we are going to see that be a problem for the next few days here as we're still watching the wildcat fires out in Yakima County there. Low-level wildfire smoke is going to continue at least mixing in our atmosphere here in the region for the next several days here, just because we don't have a pattern that's going to help mix it out. So as we continue to navigate into Wednesday, this haziness will still be a factor and will just spread and remain pretty stagnant across the area. But as we move into Thursday and Friday, we'll start to see a little bit of some improvements here as we see a bigger pattern change coming our way just off the coastline there in the Pacific Northwest. So there's the haziness we've got going on. Again, a few more days of that, but the weather pattern is going to help bring some more favor in our area to mix that out as we see that big stagnant ridge of high pressure over the desert Southwest begin to move. So what this is going to do for us is by the time we make it into Thursday, we're going to see a frontal boundary coming out of Western Canada diving just due south. This is going to be the beginning point of our pivot in our weather pattern. So we're going from those triple-digit temperatures to well above normal temperatures to readings that are a little bit more comfortable out there as we start to see them leveling back down to near values where we should be for the beginning of September. And all this is going to be coming from a big dip in the jet stream coming in from out in the Pacific here. This system out in the Pacific, by the time we make it to the end of the week, we'll begin lifting on shore. This is going to help encourage some more moisture to move in and increase our rain chances. It's not a lot, but hey, we'll take anything we can get. So for the next couple days here, we are going to keep them at nil, but then we go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We're going to increase those into the 10 to 30% range. And of course, we'll have to monitor the possibility of seeing some of those producing a little bit of lightning out there. Now, tonight's forecast temperatures are going to be back to where they're in the low 60s to mid 60s, kind of the same range that we have been in. Some areas in the higher elevations of the Cascades on the leeward side there, we could see some 50s and of course down along the areas of the Blues. Now for tomorrow, as we talked about, those triple-digit readings will be a concern once more, and we've got that excessive heat warning in effect area-wide just about. But this is why, because look at your forecast temperature for tomorrow versus the daily record for September 3rd. All those numbers in red, they're actually going to have the potential of creating a new record. Hermiston may be just a degree shy of it, and Pendleton, it looks like you might be okay there with that old record in 1930 of 104 degrees. Holding strong with the forecast of 99 for tomorrow, but we'll have to monitor that. Tri-Cities area for the next few days, triple digits, but rain chances coming in, temperatures dropping into the 80s. Yakima is going to be about the same thing there, but maybe seeing some 70s and 60s for there, and Ellensburg by the Tuesday to Wednesday time frame of next week. Not too bad of a forecast. Yes, a couple showers there still possible for Hermiston next week. We're going to end out this week on a hot note, of course, and the haziness will also mix out as well as we start to see that change in our pattern coming into Thursday and Friday. Upper 80s to mid 80s Sunday and Monday for Walla Walla next week.
All right, summer continues. Hayden, thank you. Still ahead here at 6:30 after Anna Wintour stepped down at Vogue. We'll tell you who she's named to take her position.
Attention former Hanford workers and contractors. You deserve the benefits and care you've earned. You may qualify for benefits including life-changing in-home health care. Join United Energy Workers Healthcare for a free benefits fair and lunch at the Three Rivers Convention Center in Kennewick on Friday, September 19th. Reconnect, enjoy great food, and learn about exclusive benefits to help you live longer, better, and independently at home. RSVP by calling 509-286-2661 or visit uewhealth.com.
We call it the Fiery Foods Festival because the sizzling, sweet and spicy, fiery foods, live music, local vendor, fresh produce, kid zone, hot pepper eating, Pasco Wingstop Cluckin' Hot Wing Challenge, and Food Trucks Festival takes too long to say. Come feel the heat and savor the spice of life at the Fiery Foods Festival in the heart of downtown Pasco. It's free to attend, open to the public, and fun for the whole family. September 13th at Peanuts Park, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Save $2,000 on Freedom to enjoy life without readers, glasses, or cataracts. Schedule your free consultation this month with K2 Vision RLE, America's most experienced in advanced lens procedures. Save $2,000 on K2 Vision RLE.
I love the fact my wife is taller than me. We are very different people physically. She's taller. We're also different races.
Here comes Brad Williams.
I'm in a mixed race marriage, mixed race relationship. My wife is half Chinese. I'm half.
Growth Spurt Tour.
Some of you got that joke. Okay, some of you got it. Some of you are just staring at me like, what's the other half? And I'm like,
Friday, October 10th, Legends Casino Hotel. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Brad Williams. Friday, October 10th, Legends Casino Hotel.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now honor local volunteers by sharing their stories and donating $1,000 to their favorite charities. To nominate someone who's making a difference in Benton and Franklin counties, click on Volunteers Count under the contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com.
This season on the Duck Lorette.
I'm so excited this year to find the one.
I'm here to win. I'm one of the fastest duck racers in the country.
Who will win this year's 2025 Mid-Columbia Duck Race? Find out September 20th at Columbia Park in Kennewick. The grand prize is a 2025 Toyota Corolla Cross, plus other fantastic prizes. Support our community, lend a hand, buy a duck, and keep the tradition alive. The Mid-Columbia Duck Race, presented by Toyota and Audubon Auto Care Center.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery. Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Now to what's trending. Anna Wintour, fashion's most famous editor-in-chief, has announced who will replace her at Vogue. Chloe Mao currently serves as editor of Vogue.com. She will now take over as the head of editorial content. The announcement was made today. Wintour announced she would be stepping down as editor-in-chief in June. She will remain on as Vogue's global editorial director as well as global chief content officer. Well, today marks the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II. Japan signed a formal surrender on September 2nd, 1945. The signing ceremony was held on the deck of the battleship USS Missouri in Tokyo Bay. Americans celebrated in the weeks before after President Harry Truman announced Japan's surrender from the White House in August. Final look at your forecast when we return.
Now that school has started, let's remember to drive safely and obey traffic laws to protect our children. But if an accident happens, call Allen Brecky Law Offices at 735-0546. They're waiting to help you.
Claim your crown at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, where you could roll into some serious cash. $50,000 is up for grabs for every winner. Just roll the dice to reveal your poker hand, hit a royal flush, and win $50,000 cash every Friday and Saturday. No royal flush? Every hand wins cash or free play. Play with your club wild card to multiply your entries by 10 times on Thursdays. Come roll for the royal at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, celebrating 3 decades of fun.
Here in Grandview, we're happy to say that we found a home here for our pizza oven, and here we are making pizza for everybody. This restaurant really concentrates on pizza, some nice submarine-style sandwiches, and a full salad bar. And the high quality of the products that we use is, we're thinking it's going to set us apart. This is going to be a great place to bring the family, and here we are making pizza for everybody. Come on down to Grace Pizza. We look forward to seeing you here.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
Shopping online for a Purple mattress? We get it. With Purple's unique Gel Flex grid and multiple foam layers, you'll experience effortless sleep that's motion adaptive, temperature balanced, pressure relieving, and ultra supportive. But which Purple mattress is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. And during Purple's Labor Day sale, save up to $500 on select mattresses. Shop Purple at Denver Mattress, the easiest way to find your perfect Purple.
Apple Valley News Now is Pasco,
Yakima,
Umatilla, West Richland,
Prosser. Apple Valley News Now is Union Gap,
Kennewick,
Natchez,
Sela.
Apple Valley News Now is Toppenish,
Tri-Cities,
Zilla,
Walla Walla,
Ellensburg.
From the blues in the east to the Cascades in the west, one television station is everywhere you want us to be. Leading the way with local news you trust. We're Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Now that school has started, let's remember to drive safely and obey traffic laws to protect our children. But if an accident happens, call Allen Brecky Law Offices at 735-0546. They're waiting to help you.
Vikings, Bears, Monday Night Football is back on Apple Valley News Now.
Well, so continue into Wednesday. Just a reminder, it's another hot day out there, and we are going to see that excessive heat warning continue to be a problem as we go into the afternoon hours. Triple-digit readings look to be likely for several areas, if not upper 90s. Some of this haziness may keep those temperatures a degree or two cooler than the forecast type, but that'll also be an issue with the air quality as we're still monitoring those wildcat fires out there. And then a 7-day planning forecast shows temperatures, though, will be pivoting to a cooler note as we go into this weekend and early next week with a few rain chances mixed in as well.
Hayden in for Stacy. Thank you, sir. Your reason to smile tonight brought to you by Lifetime Dental Care. This comes from Ken out in Pasco. Yeah, it was a light show just north of the city. I am assuming this is from the weekend. Get your pictures in anytime. Just use that QR code and you'll see yours pop up on the news. And that's going to do it for this 6 and 6:30 edition of Apple Valley News Now. Updates at applevalleyNewsNow.com. I'm Austin Reed, hoping your news is good news. We'll be back at 11.